Explanation of the book Awaken Your Hidden Powers by Anthony Robbins, so that it is comprehensive for every idea and topic in the book, with examples, practical applications, and questions for thinking that help you get the most out of the book. I will divide the explanation into several parts so that each part covers an important aspect of the book. Part 1. Comprehensive Introduction to the Book. 1. Why did Anthony Robbins write this book? Robbins aims through this book to teach you how to control your life completely by developing an inner strength that enables you to overcome challenges and achieve success in all aspects of your life. The most important questions Robbins raises at the beginning of the book. Why do some people live a life full of success and happiness, while others live in suffering and frustration? Do we have the ability to change our lives, or are we stuck in a specific fate? How can we use our mind, body, and decisions in a way that gives us strength? The main points in the introduction to the book. Every human being has a huge inner strength, but most people do not use it. Change begins with controlling your thoughts, feelings, and daily behavior. You can reprogram yourself to achieve your goals instead of being a victim of your old habits. How do you benefit from this book? Read it slowly and apply each step. Write down your notes and thoughts as you read. Use the questions and exercises in the book to analyze and improve your life. Part 2. The Power of Decisions and Their Impact on Your Life. 1. Why do decisions determine our destiny? Robbins emphasizes that the decisions we make every day are what determine our future, not circumstances, environment, or luck. Our lives today are a direct result of the decisions we made in the past, and our lives in the future will be the result of our decisions today. The most important decisions that affect your life. The decision about how you view yourself. Do you see yourself as a success or a failure? The decision about how you behave daily. Do you follow positive or negative habits? The decision about how you deal with challenges. Do you give up or look for solutions? How to make strong decisions. Clearly define what you want to achieve in your life. Make decisive decisions and stick to them. Start implementing your decision immediately, even if it's in small steps. Monitor your progress and adjust your decisions if necessary. Practical training. 1. Write down 3 important decisions you will make today to improve your life. 2. Determine a practical step for each decision to implement immediately. 3. Monitor the results of your decisions over the next week. Part 3. How to control your emotions and psychological state. 1. Why are emotions so important? Emotions are what drive us to move or stop, succeed or fail, be happy or sad. When you control your emotions, you control your entire life. Let's go to 2. Ways to control emotions. First, control body language. What you do with your body directly affects your psychological state. Stand confidently. Sit upright. Take a deep breath. Move your body in a positive way. Smile. Raise your head. Second, control your focus. If you focus on problems, you will feel frustrated. If you focus on solutions, you will feel strong and optimistic. Third, control your inner language. Instead of saying, I am a failure, say, I am learning and I will develop. Use positive words such as, I am strong, I can. Practical exercise. Try to stand in a bent position and breathe slowly, then notice how you feel. Now stand confidently, smile, and breathe deeply. Notice the difference in your emotional state. Part 4. How to reprogram your subconscious mind. Resort 1. How does the subconscious mind work? The subconscious mind stores all the beliefs and habits we have acquired since childhood. These beliefs are what determine our behaviors without us realizing it. How to program your subconscious mind to achieve success. Repeat positive affirmations daily. I am successful. I am confident. I am achieving my goals. Use mental visualization. Imagine yourself achieving your goals and feel as if they have become a reality. Avoid negative phrases. Don't say I can't. Say, I am learning and growing. Part 5. The Power of Questions and How They Impact Your Life. 1. Why are questions so important? The questions we ask ourselves determine our way of thinking, and thus determine our results in life. How to ask positive questions. Don't ask, "Why am I a failure?" Ask, "How can I succeed in these circumstances?" Don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What lesson can I learn from this situation?" Practical exercise. Every morning, ask yourself 3 positive questions such as, 1. What are 3 great things in my life right now? 2. How can I improve my day today? 3. What is one thing I can do today to get me closer to my goal? Part 6. Values and beliefs and how they impact your life. 1. How do you define your values? Values are the principles that govern our lives, such as freedom, success, family, health. If your decisions are not in line with your values, you will feel unhappy. How to rearrange your values. Write a list of the values that matter most to you. Determine whether you live by these values or not. Change your habits and behaviors to match your true values at ease. Part 7. How to achieve maximum success. 1. The major steps to success. Clearly define your future vision. Create a clear and executable action plan. Start immediately. Do not postpone. Continue to improve and develop. Conclusion. How to start your journey today? Start now. Do not wait for ideal circumstances. Apply the exercises and methods you have learned. Monitor your progress and be ready to adjust and improve. Make success a lifestyle, not just a goal. If you start applying these principles, you will see a radical change in your life within a few weeks. I will tell some stories in the book, Awaken Your Hidden Powers, so that they include all the details, events, lessons, and how they can be applied in practical life. I will tell the stories as if they were real scenes, with a psychological analysis of each situation and linking them to the ideas of the book. The first story, the businessman who lost everything and regained his success. The first scene, the peak of success. Michael was a very successful businessman in his mid-40s. He started his life from scratch, but he built a thriving real estate company. He lived in a luxurious house, drove a sports car, and enjoyed a life full of travel and luxury. But suddenly, the global financial crisis happened, and the markets collapsed. Michael lost almost 90% of his wealth in a few months. Suddenly, he turned from a wealthy man to a man drowning in debt. 2. The second scene, the psychological breakdown. Michael began to feel like a victim of circumstances. He would sit for hours in his office staring at the securities and losses, blaming the government, the economy, and even himself. He began to suffer from depression and stress, and even thought about giving up and declaring bankruptcy. One day, while he was in a state of extreme frustration, he watched a TV interview with a person who had overcome failure, and he said one sentence that changed his life. "It doesn't matter what happens to you. What matters is how you respond to it." Scene 3, the decision to change. That night, Michael decided that he would not let failure define him. He started asking himself powerful questions. What lesson can I learn from this crisis? How can I rebuild myself? What new opportunities have I not noticed before? He decided to change his entire way of thinking, and instead of focusing on the past, he started looking at the future with positivity. Or Scene 4, the strong comeback. Michael started studying new markets and found that there was an opportunity in digital real estate, selling and renting real estate online. He invested in technology, and instead of building luxury offices, he launched a real estate company that operated entirely online. In just 3 years, he was able to not only regain his fortune, but also double his profits compared to his previous work. Lessons learned. Losing is not the end, but an opportunity to start something new in a better way. A positive mindset and decisive decisions are what determine our destiny. Asking yourself the right questions can change your life completely. The second story, the girl who survived a tragic accident and changed her life. Horse Scene 1, the tragic accident. Emily was an active girl who loved life. She was an athlete, loved running and cycling, and dreamed of becoming a fitness trainer. But one night she was involved in a very serious car accident, which resulted in her spine being broken and her becoming paralyzed from the waist down. When she woke up in the hospital, she heard the doctor say, "You will never be able to walk again." Scene 2. Losing hope. Emily entered a state of extreme despair. She cried every night, asking herself, "Why me? Is my life over? Will I remain a burden to others?" She began to lose the desire to live and refused to meet friends or family. 3. Scene 3. The spark that changed her life. One day, a motivational coach visited her who had suffered a similar injury but returned to exercise using rehabilitation techniques. She said a sentence that changed everything. "You are not helpless unless you decide to be." That night, Emily decided that she would not give up. Scene 4. Rising from the bottom. Emily began rehabilitation sessions, despite the severe pain and frustration, but she did not stop. After months, she began to move her feet slightly. After 2 years, she was walking on crutches, and after 5 years, she was back to exercise. Not only that, but she became a global motivational speaker, helping others overcome difficulties. Lessons learned. The human mind is stronger than any physical obstacle. Motivation and support from others can change a person's destiny. Giving up is an option, but it's not the only option. The third story, the man who went from poverty to wealth. Scene 1. Poverty and despair. James grew up in a very poor environment, where his father worked in a simple factory that barely provided food for the family. Since he was young, he believed that poverty was a fate that could not be changed. At school, he heard teachers say, "People like you will never become rich." Scene 2. Discovering inner strength. One day, a friend gave him a book about success. When he read it, he realized something important. Poverty is not in money, but in the mind. He began to think differently. What if I could change my destiny? What can I do today to have a different future? Scene 3. The first steps to success. James began learning new skills such as programming and marketing. He worked small jobs, but he saved money and reinvested it in learning. Years later, he launched an online business, and after 5 years, he became a millionaire. Lessons learned. The environment does not determine your future, but the way you think. Continuous learning is the key to getting out of poverty. Anyone can change their life if they have the determination. Conclusion. The common denominator between all these stories, all these people were facing huge challenges. They all felt like they were at a dead end, but they made a decisive decision to change their lives. The final lesson? Nothing is impossible if you decide to change and start working on it. Now, is there a particular story that has affected you the most? And do you have a similar personal experience?